Yeah, do it. Do it.
Hit it.
Welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians, proud sponsors of Elmer's Glue
Rubber cement.
Rubber Cement, known to wake you up first thing in the morning. This is Nick.
This is Rob.
This is Joe.
And
I like that it says warning. It doesn't say non-toxic.
it just
It
says,
says
warning.
vapor is harmful.
Is it harmful?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I
Yeah,
guess.
because it's brain cells.
We're burning our lungs from the inside.
Yeah, but it smells so good.
Yeah.
And it's
Welcome
no
to-
wrinkle.
Keep Up
That's
with
why
the
I'm
Cardassians does not
condone the sniffing of Elmer's rubber
Nick,
cement
Nick,
glue.
welcome to drugs.
But it's no wrinkle. That's why I was taking it. I'm 40 now. I need
Oh,
no
yeah.
wrinkle. So, anyways, welcome to Keeping Up with the Cardassians. We're not really going to focus on Elmer's rubber cement glue.
That's what
or
we're-
are we?
we're reviewing rubber cement today.
We're going to smell all the different versions of rubber cement, and we're going to tell you which one is the best
Top
one.
10
to smell.
household items to get high on. Go.
I would do
Rubber cement.
Yeah.
Bleach.
Magnum marker.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gasoline.
Nail polish remover.
Yes.
Oh, I'm running out. I'm running out real quick. That's all I got. Pine Sol. I like the smell of pine sol.
I like Pine Sol.
Mount Rushmore of smells, guys. Next week on Keeping Up with the Cardassians.
Oh, anyways, today
Shoes.
Burn our listenership to the ground.
we are reviewing 2 episodes of Battlestar Galactica today. Someone to Watch Over Me and Islanded in a Stream of Stars. But those reviews come in the second half of the show.
Islands in the stream of stars.
That is what we are. Coming from afar. So anyways, we're going to review those in the second half of the show. The first half of the show, we are here to catch you up on pop culture news and just talk about stuff that's going on in movies, TV shows, etc., all that good stuff. There's not a lot, folks. The strike is still ongoing.
They're still big mad.
Well, there's news from the week we pre-recorded this, probably.
Okay.
Insert now.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Wouldn't it be crazy if in the last week that the writer's strike was settled? Like the
Everything
actor
goes into
strike was
production.
settled. Everything goes back into production. There's
And all of a
tons
sudden they
news.
There's
announce
news
all
just
these
everywhere.
People are dying left and right. And
Last week, we forgot to mention someone who died.
Who?
Suzanne Somers.
Oh,
she gone.
She gone. 77, right?
she gone
Oh, she gone.
step by step.
Day by day.
Ooh, baby,
Not anymore.
gonna get
She was-
to you, girl.
Listen,
Step
she was
1.
hot in that show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was
100%.
hot.
Yeah.
More attractive than
Yes.
Three's Company,
Yes.
Suzanne Somers.
Yes.
I would say so.
Yes.
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 Enthusiastically, yes.
Yeah. Patrick Duffy, he was a looker back then,
He
too.
was not.
Yes, the ladies loved
As
Patrick
somebody
Duffy.
who has recently watched that show again, he was. I mean,
For women, he was a looker.
he was at the time. He was, but looking back at it now, I'm like, he's a bum. He's a dud.
What?
Their son was a dud, too. On that
Yeah,
show.
yeah. The middle.
The black-haired kid.
Yeah.
Not Cody, though. Cody was the...
Cody was awesome. He was a surfer dude.
Whoa.
didn't Cody get in a lot of trouble legally, though?
Yeah, he got into some issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
he liked things dealing with young children.
Oh, he was one of those?
Really?
I think that's
I
what it
did
was.
not know
I will double check on that.
Can we fact that? Check
I
that.
will-
Yeah.
Let-
Before we chastise this poor man.
Step by step.
Cody.
If gosh, what's his actual name? Cody Lambert is his actual name.
Really?
No, that's
He's-
his stage
I
name
think
or
it's-
screen name.
No, that he's not Cody Duffy. He's Cody Lambert.
Yeah.
And he was played by Sasha Mitchell.
Why would it be Cody Duffy? They were called. Their family was the Lamberts. That's Patrick Duffy's the actor.
Let me see. Sasha Mitchell convicted. Okay, never. Convicted of misdemeanor battery, spousal abuse, and child endangerment.
Okay, that's slightly different.
Yeah, it's slightly different. I'm sorry, Mr. Mitchell, but still not cool what you did. Still not cool.
Oof. I mean, giving people beatus is one thing.
Giving them child
Though,
porn's a difference.
after reviewing this, it says in 2002 he spoke of the incident, claiming that he was protecting his children from his ex-wife, who was addicted to drugs at the time of the arrest. And he also ended up getting custody of their 4 children, where the ex-wife was given limited visitation. So that actually plays credence to the fact that maybe
He was exonerated.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know because,
I thought you said that was illegal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Regardless,
Given custody sounds legal.
Yeah, it sounds like he won.
Well, he has custody of the kids. That means that implies to me that she was not a great mother. Obviously, if she's only given limited visitation.
How do you get it? Was he just accused of child endangerment and then
No, he was convicted.
How are you convicted of child endangerment and then
Given custody.
given custody?
Well, because then turns out they were full of crap because they were drug addicted, right? Which
So
sounds like
then-
that's the case.
Sounds like
So-
he wasn't.
So,
Sounds like the conviction
so
is
Mr.
bullshit.
Sasha Mitchell, I went from saying that you were into some really felonious acts, which is inappropriate. My bad.
We'll have him on the show. and
We
you can-
you gotta read an on-air apology statement next week.
a prepared statement.
And it wasn't like I was bashing it. I was just stating what I thought.
I wasn't
Oh.
bashing that at all.
I was just saying he was a child predator.
I was stating what I thought was a fact, which was clearly not a fact. Sometimes
Staking's not your strong point.
my bad. I'm just gonna. This one's on me, Sasha. My apologies to you.
I like my apologize.
Oops.
At the very least, I didn't give him diabetes. So
I would rather have diabetes.
Exactly.
that's a weird would you rather game. I'm not playing that one.
Would you rather?
Would you
No.
rather Nick give you diabetes?
No,
or-
stop
make
right.
you a predator.
No. Do you know they canceled To Catch a Predator because they started catching government officials? So that's
No.
why it got canceled.
Conspiracy theory.
It was yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That
Keep
makes
it
sense.
going.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We should form that show and do it now. Fuck the politicians.
Yeah. And the police.
Yeah. Epstein found him too. Guess what happened to him?
Epstein found who?
He-
To Catch a Predator?
yeah, he's
The-
going to give up a list of
That would
predators.
have been like the series finale of To Catch a Predator.
best
Jeffrey
series,
Epstein.
Yeah, best series finale ever when he
So,
released all those names.
Yeah, they caught a district attorney in Dallas. Bill Conrad was his name. They caught him on the show, and he ended up committing suicide after.
Too bad.
so they canceled.
That's sad.
So they canceled the
Aw.
show.
Here's my sympathy. Oh wait, there was none.
Oh, see, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
anyway,
that would be like we're all getting raises. If I was running the show, we're all getting raises.
Yeah.
I'll be Oprah. You get a raise, and you get a raise.
we don't get paid.
No, but if you're
If I was
catch
if I was running To Catch a Predator, and we found out
Oh.
like a public official, and
Oh,
then
that's
they
what
went,
I would.
and they went
Yeah,
bye-bye,
that's
I'd be
a
like,
good thing.
Pete, you know what? We're having an office pizza
you're
party.
doing your job.
Office pizza party.
But in the world of the United States, where lawsuits are filed for silly things, I can imagine the family.
he can't
filing-
file a lawsuit. He's dead.
Yeah.
No, the
His
family
family
could file
probably
one on behalf and said your actions
Guess
led
what?
to his suicide.
What he was doing? Gonna say it.
I-
Wait for it. Wait for it. He should be gone and dead.
He should. But you know what my argument to that would be? His actions led to him being pursued, which led to him. So his actions.
and
I'm
he
not going to
chose
disagree with
his
you, but it
endgame.
would allow a lawsuit to even occur, and they would win that lawsuit.
No,
but
they
they would
wouldn't.
still be no
They probably would.
To Catch a Predator.
Oh
people
yeah,
would.
yeah.
But they would still have to go through all that, and it wasn't worth it financially to go through all that, like to be exposed to that risk.
I want to win. I want to play the lotto once back at $2 billion. I don't want to start this show up again.
To Catch a Predator.
Yes. Sean Hannity.
I want to do
Sean Hannity,
What's the guy's name that did it?
not Sean
not
Hannity.
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen. Yeah, thank you.
Gosh, how
I don't know.
he might
wanna
be a predator.
I want to restart To Catch a Predator with Sean Hannity,
He's the first guest.
He might, yeah. Chris Hansen, he's still around.
and it would be the call is coming from the inside.
I would say our Catch the Predator with Chris Hansen focuses on politicians,
People-
and
people in
actors,
positions of power. Yeah.
Yep. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we go after.
But I want to do it in the style of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Interesting.
I want to marry the two.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right.
All we need to do is win a $2 billion lottery.
Yep.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It's possible.
Form an LLC. There we go.
Speaking of dirtbags, I have another dirtbag I want to tell you about. Steven Seagal. There is
How dare you speak poorly of the...
There is a story that came out about him from many years ago where it was during the filming of Grumpy Old Men, and
He wasn't even in that movie.
Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau were in a meeting room practicing lines, and they were with the director, and they were laughing, and they were having a good time. And Seagal stormed into the room, and he said, "What's going on in here?" And he's like, "We're doing a read through." And he's like, "Well, I don't care. I have the room. You need to get out of the room." So Steven Seagal came at Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau and pulled the "Do you know who I am" to those two.
I have a question, though.
I just find that amazing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we know if he actually reserved the room?
He did. He did actually.
Okay, well then what's the problem? He
He
had the
yelled
room.
at Walter Matthau and
They're
Jack
in the room.
Lemmon.
Get the fuck out. He's
You-
got the room.
Okay, come in there and say, "Hey guys, I have the room. Can you go somewhere
No,
else?"
look, you two old bastards, get the hell out. You've
No,
had enough time.
you can be nice. You don't have to be a jerk face.
No, you don't know.
What
that-
has Steven Seagal done?
Do you know how many times he knocked on the window and did this, like,
I don't
and then pointed
care.
to his watch?
I don't care. He's not worth
Nah,
it.
We don't know the whole story.
I'm on side Seagal.
No. That is a bad take. That's almost as bad as
It's
best
not-
director Ron Howard
No,
take.
nice trying to get out of that one.
No, it
That's not even
is.
close.
No one sides with him. No one.
He
sides
had the
with him.
room.
No one's.
It was on the schedule.
It was on the schedule.
He did make some good movies though. At first,
Actually, while we were talking
Under
about this,
Siege?
he actually had 6 movies come out on DVD while we were just discussing this.
Where he just does this. Flails his hands around.
he actually hasn't made a movie since 2019.
He hasn't been asked to make a movie since
Yeah.
2019.
Well, maybe that's true.
I think people, you know what happened is all the movies that went straight to DVD before COVID,
Yeah.
people ran out of stuff to watch, so they watched all his movies during COVID and realized he should not be acting anymore.
Well,
We're not
2019,
going to call him.
Bruce Willis took all the direct to video.
Yeah, and well, so he Steven Seagal might. Speaking of Bruce Willis, Steven Seagal might be getting some work back then
Yeah, that's true.
That's
because
true.
Bruce Willis is in dire straits right
Yeah.
now.
Who is it? Lorne Michaels said he was the most difficult person he ever worked with on SNL, which
Really?
that's saying something.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
I
Most
guess- Well, did Lorne Michaels take the room?
yeah,
Seagal,
perhaps.
I got the room.
Yeah, the writers are in there like doing their work.
They're like,
prepping the skit.
we're
Yeah.
writing your skits. We're trying to make
Get
you.
out of the room. This is my room.
Do we have an update on Bruce Willis?
No.
Is he dead yet?
Dang.
Bro.
No.
Is he?
Not
No,
that-
he's not dead yet. Stop trying to
You
give
know
him
he's
the
close,
Beavis.
right?
Well, yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just.
three-
I want people to have an update.
There's no update on Bruce Willis.
What
right
if
now.
Bruce Willis dies between between the last week's show and this show, which were recorded back to back?
Are we going to have a new segment called the Bruce Willis Watch? That feels insensitive.
Should I eulogize him
He's
Here,
not dead.
on the off chance he dies in the next week?
No.
Joe's calling his shot.
I want public praise if he dies
Called it.
in the next week.
No, this is wrong. I won't take
Hey.
part in this.
Can you go to Vegas? Put that on the.
No, you guys are the worst.
I just want to say he was a hell of an actor.
You can't eulogize an alive man and then come back.
By the
That's almost
time
as
this
bad
air-
as my Sasha Mitchell take at the beginning of the episode. This is an episode that deserves to be canceled, just for the record.
By the time this airs, we could be Bruce Willisless.
If it happens, we are Skyping together, and we are doing a quick recording.
Yes, we will eulogize.
You guys are insensitive.
Mr. Willis.
You guys are the worst.
Have you met me?
Yeah, I know. But you're the worst, both of you.
Well, this is what happens when, you know what? This is why we shouldn't have people going on strike, because we have nothing to talk
It's
about.
clearly their fault.
Yes,
And
They
it-
have done this to us.
And it's all about us.
it is all
This
about us.
show.
Yes,
We're not allowed to film as actors anything right now.
So we have to make our living.
that's why our
through this
podcasting.
podcast. These are bad takes,
Well,
gentlemen.
we can't. We
No,
filmed-
these are.
we filmed
Your
behind
take
the
was
pod
your
before
take
this.
was genuinely bad.
And I took it back, but you doubled down on your take. See,
The
you
man-
said I was doubling down on mine. No, I did not. I took it back.
No, last week last week you definitely doubled down
I
on the racism.
issued an on-air apology. No, I was talking about Cardassians, which are not real.
See?
If this is someone's first episode, they're
Wow.
going to think I was actually being racist. I was talking about the Spoonheads, which are Cardassians.
We don't get new listeners. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
No.
dear.
We barely retain the ones we've managed to miraculously
Oh, my gosh. The worst. The worst.
get well soon, Bruce Willis. Make a fool of me.
I think you've already made a fool of yourself.
That happens.
And what other news do you
time
have
to
that you'd
time.
like
I
to...
have a couple things.
Okay.
I have a question, first of all.
Okay.
Actually, I'll say the one to last. On ABC the other day, and then on Disney Plus, they aired something called Once Upon a Studio to celebrate the 100 years of Disney.
Uh-huh.
It was a really cute, short. It had all the characters from their animation in it, and kind of ran through their office and them all trying to get together to take a single picture.
Uh-huh.
Of course, Goofy's screwing it up and whatever, but
Yeah.
it was actually a really cute short.
How long is it?
About 18 minutes, or sorry, no, it's like 8 minutes. It's shorter
Oh.
than Behind the Pod.
Oh,
Which
and
you
I
can
see,
see
and
now
it's-
on YouTube, right?
And it's the actual
The
studio.
abridged version you can see on YouTube.
Oh.
That looks cute. It has the live action, or it's like in the studio, in the live action studio
Oh, I
with
see
the
it.
cartoon characters. That's pretty cool.
It is. It's a really well put together, simple thing, and they got some of the original voice actors that do little shorts of the ones they use pre-recorded things and threw it in there.
Is this because they had Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Was Robin Williams doing Genie?
Yeah,
this?
one quick line.
But it was from an outtake, right?
Yeah.
From this is what I saw online because
Well,
I
that's
saw
pretty cool.
the headline. Robin Williams reprises his role as Genie, and I'm like,
How does that happen?
are we trading Bruce Willis for Robin Williams?
Whoa, you're going back to the Bruce Willis well. What is wrong with you?
Would you trade Bruce Willis for Robin
Oh
Williams?
my
right here?
gosh!
Right here, right now.
734-494.
Would you?
0980.
I've left this show.
Well, it depends
I'm done.
because depends what kind of diehard I would kick it out of the deal.
All right.
Like Bruce
Hear
Willis.
me out.
fair.
Robin Williams in Die Hard as Bruce Willis's character.
I'm in.
Yippee-ki-yay.
I think he could do a good villain,
You just sold me.
Yeah. Oh, he could be Hans?
but I think he could be like a 1 hour photo type creep. In I say get them both back.
But yeah, Once Upon a Studio. It was a fun little watch.
I want to watch that.
Yeah.
That looks cute.
Taking your word on it.
Cute is a very good word for it.
Don't take my word on it.
Taking your word on it.
It is only 8 minutes though. I can manage to view something. I've watched porn before. 8 minutes. I've got a window.
Dear. I don't know why.
Please don't
I'm
say
on-
this is your porn. Oh, Jasmine.
No. I actually dated someone named Jasmine.
Did you?
Yeah.
I can show you the world.
Yes, you can.
Take you wonder by wonder.
Did Jasmine do that? You're Jasmine?
Over, sideways,
Disappointing.
and under.
No
on
carpet,
A
no.
magic carpet.
you get to ride the carpet?
ride,
No.
a
Oh.
whole new
There was no
world.
carpet. There was no. She didn't have a tiger.
A new
Oh.
fantastic
Did you tell her, "Don't you
point
dare
of
close your eyes"?
view. Nowhere to tell us no. Or
So-
where to go.
In comic book news, close and dear to some of our hearts,
Oh, dear.
we mentioned that G.I. Joe the comic was being canceled
Yep.
because it's being bought by a new company called Skybound. New issue comes out January 7th
Okay.
and is written by Larry Hama.
Nice.
He's back.
yes.
And for those of you who don't know, he's been writing it since 1984 or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So it's been pretty cool to see him come back. And they're doing in the comic book an Energon universe. So with Transformers and things like that.
Yeah.
So, what's the company again? Skybound.
Skybound.
Do we know anything? I don't know anything.
I haven't researched much about them. I could tell you the art for the Joe comic looks pretty decent,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is encouraging.
Yeah.
And with Larry Hama involved, I'll
Yep.
definitely January 7th. I'm going to the comic book store.
Yeah. You get Larry Hama involved. I'm in.
So, and then I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
You have to choose one.
We are nothing if not upfront.
Yep.
Bruce Willis or Robin Williams?
You have to choose one: Bruce Willis or Robin Williams.
To do
Weren't
what?
both of them in? Wait, I think both of them might have been in this. Anyway,
In our show?
I don't think Robin Williams was.
who is the lead character on Friends?
I'll defer to Nick to answer first because I think my answer is a cop out.
They're all leads. It's the
I
first.
really do think.
Shut up. You have to pick one.
Okay, I'll tell you who's not a lead. Phoebe's not a lead,
I agree with that.
Joey's not a lead.
and Joey's not a lead.
Nope.
I think it's Ross, Rachel, Chandler, and
Monica.
Ross, Rachel, Chandler, and Monica. I think those are the leads.
You have to pick one.
Rachel.
Ross and Rachel.
You have to pick one.
I take
Rachel.
one for each sex.
Rachel.
I side with Rachel.
If you're gonna pick a lead for that show, it was Rachel. Most of the storylines always revolved around Rachel.
Yeah. Well, actually, Ross was kind of where all the storylines kind of tied in.
Well,
Yeah.
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 But
Especially with like his sister. And
Ross
so on.
is psychotic. I mean, so was Rachel. I mean, that is a toxic relationship if there
Yes.
ever was one. Very problematic.
They were on a break.
They were on.
Okay.
A break.
They were on a
second-
break.
Second question.
They were on a break.
Were they on a break?
Yes,
They,
they
were
were on a break.
absolutely on a break, and Ross did nothing wrong. Was it a little sketch? Okay, he didn't do anything wrong in terms of the relationship. Was it a little sketchy what he did? Maybe. Does she have reason to be upset? Yeah, but
No, they're on a
it's-
break.
He did not cheat on her.
Correct.
He never cheated on her.
Correct. I think it is a true ensemble cast. And as far as sitcoms go, I can't think of a more, maybe The Office. But
No,
even then,
Steve Carell is
Steve Carell was
yeah.
the lead.
Steve Carell,
And Steve Carell, then
John Krasinski,
yeah.
Rainn Wilson, and Jenna Fisher. Right?
But I think, who has the deeper cast? The Office or Friends?
In terms of
characters on the show.
being able to carry the show on their own.
Yes.
Oh, the Friends
Friends.
does.
Really?
In terms an Oscar episode, you get like 3 of those ever, and they're good. But could you imagine him carrying more than that? No. Same with Angela.
Can you
Same
imagine a
with
Phyllis focused season?
Phil. Yeah, or
Although I would want a Creed focused season.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I want to because he's gonna be murdering people left and right, and yeah. I would say that the Friends is a deeper cast for that reason because all of them could carry a season of the show if they wanted to. With the others,
Phoebe season?
yeah, with others falling into supporting roles, yeah, you could do it,
It may not be the best season.
but it
Ugh.
would still get high ratings.
I would tell you I get annoyed with Joy pretty quickly.
Well, that's why he got his own show and it got canceled, right?
Because
Because
he can't carry a season.
no, he can't. Well, but he can't. Okay.
But to your point, he didn't have the other friends on the show to be
bounce off
to
the
be
play
B
off
stories
of.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And that's the thing. That was part of the problem with the new show he had. They weren't likable characters. No one cared about them.
Yeah.
See, I think the leads in the Friends are the relationships. So I think Ross and Rachel is the lead,
And then
And
Chandler,
then
Monica.
Chandler and Monica.
Yeah.
and then you have Joey and Phoebe, who are the male and female version of kind of like they play off one another.
Yeah.
In that Phoebe dates multiple people, and she.
Until she met Paul Rudd. Your boo.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean,
you meet Paul Rudd, you kind of settle down.
you're going to have to do some things that you probably wouldn't have thought you'd do, like marry him. Put a ring on that. Not telling you where.
Hey.
And butt stuff.
Whoa!
Well, you'd have to. It's
You
Paul
wouldn't-
Rudd is two.
We don't need
It's
to
two
go
boys.
through anatomy.
Are you telling what Paul Rudd's into? Are you calling your shot?
Yeah, Paul Rudd, if you're listening.
He's not coming back ever. He's never coming on this podcast after
Paul Rudd, if you're listening, it's 734-494-0980.
0980. Yeah. Gentlemen, anything else or should we move on to Galactica?
Galactica.
We are moving on to Battlestar Galactica, the 2 final episodes before our finale, Someone to Watch Over Me and Islanded in a Stream of Stars. Someone to Watch Over Me is a Kara-focused episode. Kara's depressed. Sam Anders is in a coma. Doc Cottle says he ain't ever recovering. She used to feel special. She's now not. She's going through the monotonous lifestyle. There's a whole opening sequence of her just going through the same thing over and over again. And she goes to the bar and she makes friends with the person playing the piano at the bar. She talks about how her father used to play the piano, but he left the family and he never contacted them again. And the piano player says, "Hey, I did that to my family too." And she helps this piano player create this new song. Eventually, Kara starts playing the piano as well. And as she's playing the piano, she starts to recognize the song she had, but then she also has another epiphany. There was a drawing that Hera gave her with musical notes on there that matches the song from the memory. And as she's playing that song in the bar, the final 5 Cylons are sitting there and they're like, what? Big fracking deal. There's a song playing. What the frack? And they recognize the song. It's the song they knew. And she goes, well, how do you know this song? And she goes, well, I've been playing this song since I was a kid, so deal with it. In the meantime, the Cylons want to try Boomer for treason. They want to kill her. And Galen, the chief, is not happy with this decision. He doesn't like this idea. And
he just left. He just voted to leave. So
there's no Cylon on resurrection anymore. Death would be permanent, and Galen doesn't want that, and he keeps visiting Boomer, and Boomer shows him images of what their life would have been like together because they can project because they're Cylons together, and she projects that they had a kid, and he gets all super attached to this kid and this life, and she tricks him into basically letting her go. So they put another 8 in the cell, and he lets her out, and then Boomer does the smart thing and just leaves the ship on her own, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. She goes and beats the crap out of Athena, ties her up, puts her in a closet, has sex with her husband in front of her, and then goes to the hospital. Then goes and kidnaps Hera, escapes in a raptor, and as she's escaping, they try to close the launching bays, and she gets out in time, but she jumps right close to the ship, which causes massive damage to the ship as well.
Badass Boomer.
The episode ends with Tyrell's devastation after realizing that Boomer tricked him and he has unwittingly helped her kidnap Hera. So that is this episode.
This Boomer on Boomer crime.
So I will start by saying the B plot in this is so good. The A plot is fine, but the B plot is really good with Boomer and Athena.
Yeah.
And I love that plot.
8 on 8
Speaking
crime.
of that plot,
Okay.
so when forgot his name.
Chief?
No, the
Coddle?
Hilo?
Hilo.
Oh.
So when Hilo and Boomer are going at it, do you
Boom,
think
boom.
Chief can live up to that?
Do you think the Chief?
Can live up to how
Oh,
Hilo's
once you're
making-
with Hilo.
was making her feel?
Do you think she was just playing it up because Athena was trapped in the other
Yes.
room? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was just like, let me really stick it.
Fake.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
You faked.
I faked it.
With me. You faked with me?
I faked with you.
What about the moaning and the panting and the screaming? Fake.
Fake. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she faked it. I think Boomer is crazy, man. Boomer is hardcore.
Well, you know if she is or not.
She could have just simply said bye to him and got, and then taken the kid, but no, she decides to go the extra mile and sleep
Hey, if
with
you're
him.
gonna make a break for it with the kid, you got to get one last round in.
Yeah, she really does, man. And man, she tricked the Chief big time. So this is
Yeah,
why
but he's a. Do you think he's a dummy?
Yeah, you got played.
I think I understand it, though. I understand why the Chief got played so well, because now this is the first time he's seeing this Cylon projection, right? Ever. He's never done it, and
then going to this vision world.
Yeah,
I get that
where
part.
he's happy, and
Yeah.
he's not happy. The guy's miserable. He wants happiness, and he can't find it. So I totally get it.
But he literally an episode ago just voted to bounce.
To bounce from the fleet, but. Yeah, and he never would have saw Boomer again if he would have bounced. So, like, why does he care if Boomer gets killed?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird.
He literally just said, "Yeah, I'm good here. You do what you want. I'm gonna go."
Yeah, exactly.
So if he leaves and they do it, let's say they do it the day after he leaves, or they do it the day before he leaves, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
it's the
matter.
same.
Yeah, exactly. And chances are he probably never would have known if he would have left with them beforehand, anyways. But I guess the point is he does know and he wants it to stop. But man, it's pretty cold when he's like begging them to stop and they're just like, nah, this is the Cylon's call. We're gonna extradite this lady. Nothing we can do about it. So I get the Chief, man. I get it. He's upset. And
I would have believed.
and he's playing a game of closer to or further from.
And
yeah,
he got as close as you can get.
Yeah, he did. And he played that game, and it backfired.
It backfired.
It backfired bad. So was she full of crap with him, with those projections, or do you think those are real? She's using real feelings that she has.
I think it's real
I think
because
those
she's
are
with a
real.
kid.
Yeah.
Wait, or next episode?
The next episode,
Yeah.
too, she tells the kid about it. Yeah.
So in this episode, you could have believed it was maybe just manufactured, but the next episode, I think, confirmed it was real.
Okay. Yeah.
So the kid that grown up kid was Hera, right?
No, it's another kid. It's
another
like
kid?
imagining them with their own kid
Yeah.
that they had together. Yeah, that's what I took it as. So,
Well, you've seen this, so
yeah, it's a different.
you can
kid.
tell me that it's not Hera.
It's not Hera.
That's not a spoiler.
No, it's not Hera. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious it's not Hera, isn't it?
Maybe I could be an idiot.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought it was just.
I'm an idiot.
We wouldn't
Stupid.
say that.
Stupid.
What a stupid bastard.
Yeah, yeah. I dug that scene, her escape scene. I thought that was really well executed. I think they always do, like, their action sequences with the space flight, they always knock out of the park. I think that's where it really excels.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the action in general has gotten better. You know, first couple seasons, the shaky cam was really buggy, and
Yeah.
they've settled it down. It's still there.
Oh yeah.
But it's not as noticeable now, and they do a really good job with the action. They do a really good, their CGI is great when they show her jumping out on the ship and like blowing.
As their
a hole in
budget
the
has
ship.
increased, they've
Yeah.
put those monies to good use.
Yep.
It was a pretty cool scene. I enjoyed that scene, and it was intense. Like, how is she going to get out? Originally, I thought she was going to jump right out of the bay, which would have been pretty sweet. But that would have torn the ship in half. I guess they said.
Rip it apart.
Rip it! It's like a nuclear explosion.
I agree with you though. I wasn't as invested in Kara's plot.
Yeah, and it wasn't that it was bad. It's not bad.
I didn't care.
I just didn't.
Well, I don't really care. No, this is another one of those info dumps, right? That they're doing right now because they're trying to help you understand who Kara is.
I have a
before
feeling
the
there's
finale.
there's some sort
montage.
of payoff. There's got to be some sort of big payoff with Kara.
Yeah.
So you need to know. There's some things you need to know before they really get into it.
Eli called it when he was watching it with me. He called it from the very first shot of the piano player. He goes, "That's her dad." Like the very first shot, that's her dad.
Dang.
And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "She's saying her dad." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I mean, now in hindsight that I saw the episode before, like I'm like, yeah, it's pretty obvious. But I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't really realize it would be him until later on in the conversations. At first, I thought it was just some guy, and then the more they talked, it was the moment where he talked about how he left his family, he left his daughter and his wife. I'm like, oh,
They set it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
they set it up at that point. But like, the mom was an abusive drunk, so I get why he left. Now you left your kid.
Like mother, like daughter.
I know, right? Huh? How the turntables. So, it was okay storyline, but it wasn't great.
What was the point they were trying to get across in the beginning with the repetition?
That she doesn't feel special anymore. Like the whole point of her like coming back was to get them to Earth, and now they found Earth. She's not special.
She's just in this routine.
she
It's the
doesn't-
same. It's basically Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, she doesn't know what her purpose is anymore. She doesn't know why she exists.
She didn't before, so just go.
Yeah,
on
but at
with it.
least before she knew who she was. Now she has no clue what she is or who she is.
She's an angel.
And they get into that more in the next episode, right? With Galen. So,
And Baltar.
or that's what I'm sorry. That's really what
Oh,
I
that's
always
Galen
do that.
Dead.
Oh,
No, he's not.
I know.
The chief.
I got a question, and this could be from last week's episode that I
Yeah.
just. Actually, I think it was. It was when they were feeding the kids. Are we to believe that that's Baltar's son? Like he
No.
impregnated that woman?
No.
At some point, or
no.
It was. I'm guessing it was another guy named Baltar. He
They
was
said
like,
that.
No. They said it was another guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said no. That he's
I-
Baltar, named after
No, they said his name is Gaius.
Gaius, named after his
father.
father.
How many Gaiuses are there?
well, how many Roberts are there in the world, or how many Joes are there in the
Maybe
world?
Gaius is a popular name. No more Mr. Nice Gaius.
I took it as another Gaius.
That's what I took it as. And even the way he reacted to it, I thought he took.
I
that
thought
as,
I thought the way because that's when he was like, "We need to feed everybody." Because I thought he reacted as like,
that's his own
shit.
kid.
That's
Oh dang.
Oh, see, I didn't take it like that.
okay.
I can see how you could.
Can you look that up real quick?
She
Or
took
no?
she took it like that.
Yeah, she did take.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see.
Although the kid was like 3 or something.
Yeah, so that would have been way before his harem formed.
Yeah, but he was still pretty promiscuous.
Yeah, maybe on New Caprica.
I'm looking on a wiki about it, and it usually gives us like
I just thought
there's nothing about that being
okay,
his kid.
I think that's a mistake by the writers. Then
You think it should have been his kid?
no, it's too. Why do that and that not be? Because like what I'm thinking is like how many Gaiuses are there? There's only one Gaius.
See, I did a little.
That we know.
I did a little bit of a because I viewed it as like, oh, it's you named him after me, and then was a shot of his ego when she said, no, after her dad. Yeah, so that's the way I viewed it. I was like, good, put him down a little bit.
Yeah. All right, back to our regularly scheduled episodes.
Back to our regular schedule. There's some funny quotes in there, like Saul. Well, not funny, but he says Coddle was right. I should have never insisted on seeing him. His eyes were open. I wasn't ready for that. The little guy was looking at me, which was like, because he was talking about Liam.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, Coddle gives a response to the silence observation about Anders' conditions. The last thing we need is you jerking our chains with a lot of quack ideas. So why don't you take that someplace else? I dug that.
Was this the episode where they were all going to see? Was it Anders? And they said just don't. He said just don't unplug anything.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then next episode, like, clong.
Yeah, when they put him in the hybrid tank in the next episode.
Yeah.
Coddle's the best.
He's the unsung hero.
He is.
Really is. Any scene he's in is an automatic 10.
Just don't unplug anything. I forgot about that.
Gosh, he's so great. So
what a dick.
great.
I love it.
He's so great. It's great to see that Adama is not getting over Boomer shooting him as well, by the way, by throwing her in
Put
the
2
brig.
holes in me.
Yeah.
Well, his instincts are right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fooled you once, shame on
So now
you.
she's shot him, and she's stolen a baby and left the that's.
She
that's 2
keeps
strikes.
screwing you guys over, man. Strike after strike after strike. Like, you're screwed. You're screwed. Anything else in this episode stand
Not
out?
as much as she's screwing Athena over.
Oh, that is true.
Who's the actress that plays Boomer? That plays 8?
Park. Grace Park?
Grace Park.
I will say she does a pretty good job with playing multiple versions of herself.
Yeah.
Because I can almost kind of tell like which one's Boomer versus which one's Athena and like another 8.
There's a different look in the eyes of Boomer.
There is.
like a colder look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I want to give recognition to the actress because I think that's got to be a bit difficult to play.
Get her on the show.
Yeah, Grace Park come on the show.
Yeah. Grace. Park, she was I mean, her Boomer scenes, but her scenes as Athena when she comes into the what do they call that? Where the pilots are, the pilot ready room. And in like her underwear and collapses or whatever in Hilo's arm and like she's screaming. Like those are really, she does a really good job with those scenes. You really feel the impact of her losing her kid.
And watching her husband get screwed by somebody else.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. And looking at some production notes, like that was an act of envy by Boomer over, like she was envious of what Athena had. So she wanted to stick it to Athena.
Okay.
So by having Hilo stick it to her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Over.
And then
over.
How about Hilo going through all that work of getting Kara's stuff back?
Oh, yeah.
Getting all of her things back, and she takes one thing and she's like, you can keep the rest. It's like, Kara, he went through a lot of work for this.
That was a punk
You can
move.
at least take it and throw it away where he doesn't see you, but to be
Exactly.
like, nah, bro.
But
She's a bum.
It's in character, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, Kara Thrace is one of my least favorite characters on this show. She's been a little better as of late because it's a new version because she's dead.
Yeah.
But overall, I can't stand her. I can't. Can't stand
Just
her.
if you get her on the show, don't say that.
Oh no, I'll say you didn't. I would tell her that she did a marvelous job at portraying
Starbuck being annoying as
an
piss.
unlikable, broken person.
Yeah. Oh, that's a weird sound.
I know.
It is. It
Wonder
was
if
almost.
it picks it up on air.
It was in Dolby Atmos. Is
yeah,
what it sounded like.
It picked it up. I raised my mic and it made a weird sound.
Yeah.
In Dolby Atmos.
Wow.
Wah, wah. Anything else from someone to watch over me?
So they stole a baby.
Stole a baby. Hair's been stolen.
Is it kidnapping though?
Yeah, it wasn't Boomer's baby.
It wasn't Boober's kid.
It's Eight's kid.
No, it's
Are they all? They're all the same Eights.
No, they're all
okay.
different,
So
different personalities.
so a family member of yours comes in and takes your kid. And you're like, well, it's a Hoskins kid.
If it was my twin,
That's still kidnapping. If your twin stole your kid.
If my brother
no,
came here,
those are the benefits of having a twin.
Yeah. Well, it's yours now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Have fun. You got to feed it. You got to put it down for naps.
oh, the shenanigans we get into with the twins.
Oh dear. All right. Island in a stream of stars. Okay. Repairs are being made on Galactica, but they're not going well. In fact, the ship's systems are fluctuating, and a major hull breach happens, killing 61 people. Ellen tells them that Cavill's plan all along was to have Boomer come to the ship and have her delivered to the ship because they want to take Hera, and they want to take her to the colony, the Cylon base. Basically, it's a large structure where they are their home base, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Under protest, Adama allows a heavy raider to be sent to the colony to scope it out, to not wanting to risk their whole fleet. Hilo and Athena are distraught over that, and Hilo asks Adama for a raptor, and Adama says, no, you can't have one. We already went to look. They're gone, man. They're gone. And he's like, give me a raptor. I don't care if it's a suicide mission. And Adama says, no, yeah, exactly. He puts his hand on his shoulder and just walks away. As Boomer's delivering Hera to the colony, she's crying. Hera is whining and crying and begging for her mother. And Boomer does what any parent wants to do. She grabs a giant sedative and gets prepared to stick it into the kid's arm to put them to sleep, but she can't do it. And she tells Hera about her dream with Tyrell, the chief, and she talks about how she wanted to be with him. And Hera reaches for Boomer's hand, and they have a connection. And this is a surprise to Boomer. She did not know whether she could have that ability. So Boomer arrives at the colony, hands Hera over to Cavill, but she's upset. She's crying. Boomer's sad that this is happening. Meanwhile, Gaius meets with Kara in the bathroom while Kara's going to the bathroom. And that was a great scene. And she's like, dude, I'm dead. No, I literally died. I found my dead body. Here are my dog tags. Analyze these. Tell me what's going on. Later on, Baltar reveals that he discovered, and in front of everyone says that Kara's an angel. And Adama gets mad, tells him to be quiet. Starbuck comes up and slaps him in the face. Later in the hallway, Apollo meets with Starbuck and says, I don't care who you are. I love you. And she puts a photo of herself on the memorial wall of the dead. Anders is now in a hybrid tank. They're hoping that's going to help him coming back, but it's not. So Kara goes to visit him and tries to shoot him, but he wakes up and grabs the gun and he starts speaking like a hybrid. He does that whole thing where he talks about her being the death of all and all that good stuff. Ty then lets Anders know, or lets them know that Anders is in the programming, so they got to unplug him. So they unplug him so he can't do anything. He orders that he be taken online. Kara visits Sam and says they're going to work together until they figure this out. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, Galactica's done, man. It's in bad shape. The quorum is meeting, and they start fighting over parts from the Galactica.
Screw that quorum.
Oh, my gosh. They're going after the parts, and Lee's like, you got to shut up. No one's touching this ship until until the old man says so. Adama's all sad. He goes to his office, and he decides to do some painting and redecorating.
Angry painting.
And he realizes that he's made a decision. It's time to abandon ship. Adama orders to stop repairs, and he instructs the crew to begin stripping down Galactica, start offloading civilians, and transfer the crew and weapons to the base star. Ty objects, but Adama states, I can't blame you for being what you are, especially because that includes the best friend in XO he's ever had. But he says, the ship is dying, and I want to send her off in style. So they both salute the damaged Galactica with a drink, and the episode ends.
My favorite moment in this episode, and both episodes we watched this week,
yeah,
was when the quorum was talking, and the one quorum member was like, what would Gaius Baltar think of that? And
Gaius Baltar?
Like Lee, the guy delivered that line so damn well.
Yeah.
I believed everything in that moment, everything he had to say. I was like, this might be the best single moment of the entire series.
What does Gaius Baltar say about that?
Gaius Baltar?
Gaius Baltar?
The way he delivered that line was like, you should win an Emmy just for that line.
Are you kidding me?
His facial expression. I got to find that for the YouTube broadcast.
What would Gaius Baltar say?
Gaius Baltar?
Like,
Gaius.
it's just
WWJBD.
it's just everything. Like, why? He said so many things.
I'm
tired of Gaius Baltar. I'm tired. Like, why would you bring him up? Like, there's so many things that he did in that single line. It was just executed well. I was like,
well, and I
this
think
is the best thing I've ever.
And I think that's for the people watching the show from home, right? Like, here's all of us seeing all of the acts that he's done time and time again that have been selfish and self-serving, but these people, for some reason, keep buying his crap, and Lee doesn't.
And he pulled it off. The actor Jamie Bamber,
yeah,
pulled it off. I was like, that's fantastic.
That line made me crack up.
Yeah.
And actually, it's one of the favorite lines in the community as well.
Is
like,
it?
the community loves that.
Gaius
Baltar? Like, the guy's a dirtbag. Come on. Though,
gotta get that drop.
I did love that scene, though, in general. Like, they're fighting over the carcass of the ship, which was kind of sad, right? The Galactica's been defending you all along, and now they're like, well, I want the FTL drives. I want the oxygen scrubbers. I want this. I want that. You know, they're all fighting for it.
Yeah, but what would Gaius Baltar do?
Gaius Baltar?
Can you pull that drop at some point?
I can pull it. I can try to get it. I think Rob's trying to find it. But if you find it, Rob, it doesn't make sense because you can't play it on here.
I'm just trying to find it for the YouTube broadcast, too.
Oh, okay. Well, we're recording right now, bro.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, you find it.
I'm gonna try to find it. I'll find it. I landed in the stream. Keep talking.
So what was better, the line that the Gaius Baltar line, or the line that Anders had when they unplugged him?
What was the line? Refresh me.
What was that?
It was Windows powering down.
I see what you did there. Nice set.
Really? What does Gaius Baltar say about that?
Gaius Baltar?
Gaius Baltar?
Can you send that to me?
Really?
Yeah.
The disdain in his voice is just like,
really?
Like, what the really? Oh, man, it was great. Although, Joe, golf clap for that.
I thought it was pretty good.
You came up with that quick. You came up with that real quick.
He's really good to come up with things quick.
Yeah. So, anyways, that scene.
I'll take a shot to that.
That scene's a good scene. I like that scene with the quorum. That was solid. What else we have going on? Should we talk about Boomer with the kid? Is there really much to talk about?
Yeah. How quickly she realized stealing a kid is a mistake when you don't have kid. Like,
oh, you mean from the sense of it's torture being around a child?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when they're crying. Especially when their parent is around.
You know what?
Just shut up.
You get what you deserve sometimes. Deal with it.
Good child actress though who played Hera. She was.
Yeah.
She did a really good job.
I was like, just airlock her, just toss her out.
And that kid's a flip flopper because it's like Boomer.
I love Boomer.
I want Boomer.
How confusing for a kid would that be? You have two like identical. It's not even like.
Well, she's a silent hybrid. She knows which one's which.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're not the same.
True.
They're not the same, Nick.
That is true. She would know.
If only Hilo knew.
Because that's what. Who was it? Athena knew that, right? Athena said Boomer, and then boom, it was over.
Yeah, the Silence recognize each other right off the bat.
Yeah, they can see it somehow. They can recognize their coding. I don't know how it is.
It's like the Matrix and then Neo.
So yeah, Hera can project, so that means she's kind of part Cylon. I guess I don't know why that's such a big deal to Boomer. I don't know.
Were we not under the impression that she was part Cylon anyway?
Yeah, I mean we were, but I think their assumption was that she wasn't able to do all the things that Cylons were able to do.
I believe children
of the future. So then you have.
That's my favorite Whitney Houston song.
Then you
Mount Rushmore, Whitney Houston songs.
then you have Hilo going to Adama asking for a ship. Just give me a raptor. Just give me a raptor. Let me go and die. Let me go find my kid. And he's like, I don't condone a suicide mission. Can we talk about this hypocrite who just took a raptor and waited in the middle of nowhere for his love of his life, Rosalind?
He's in command. That happens.
Hey, he gets to do what he wants.
Yeah.
Great power comes great
And
responsibility.
then him like, your daughter's gone. Like, my son is gone. Very different, sir. One is actually dead. One was kidnapped.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
His empathy needs work.
Yeah,
I was kind of disappointed in that scene.
yeah, that he didn't come through for him.
Well, because we've seen him time and time and time again be the emotional, be a good emotional support system for everybody on that crew.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, she's gone. Get over it.
Yeah.
Which he literally said.
Yeah, he did. He did. We
He said,
both got to get over it. Yeah, we both got to move on. It's like, bro, this literally just happened.
This just happened 5 minutes ago.
I know. And he's like, yeah, that was in the past. He was like Rafiki from The Lion King. It's in the past.
You're here to take orders.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
That was brutal. I didn't like the scene as it.
I don't like Adama in that
It didn't
scene.
feel very Adama.
But maybe
There's levels of it that felt like a down, but you think he would say, "We'll talk later" or something like that. Let me, something to.
We have all talked on this show about how Hilo is pretty much like he's morally centered, right?
Yeah.
Like he is pretty much genuinely a good dude.
Yeah.
Adama has to see that.
he does.
And he tossed it all to the side.
Yeah.
Like what Hilo has done so much for Adama, for the ship, for like
yeah, he's been there no matter what for him.
Yet he came around real quick to the Cylon human relationship.
Absolutely, he was the XO for Adama.
He was an early
Adama.
So I
But there's also a lot of times where Adama's walked away from something and went, fuck, and then went back to correct it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't.
But he didn't here.
Yet. But also, like you guys said, that baby was just stolen. And he's like, yeah, that's in the past. Get over it.
Yeah. I don't know why you're so upset.
So mad.
So mad. And then
why are you so mad?
So you got that. Then you also have Athena, who refuses to look at Hilo, and he's like, you hate me, don't you? I mean, I kind of don't blame Athena for hating him in this moment, because the woman came in, slept with him, and stole their kid, and he was none the wiser. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? They're identical. You can't tell the difference.
Well, he's not a Cylon, so he can't tell the difference.
They are built identically. So it's not like there's going to be...
Yeah, they're identical in every single way.
And their interaction was pretty short, and there wasn't a lot of words said.
No.
Right, it was just a passionate thing.
He's not a Cylon, so he can't really tell.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mistakes were made. What do you...
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Man, if I were Hilo, though, I could not live with that after the fact. Like hooking up with her. My wife was tied up in the closet as she's stealing my child.
Should have untied her and then had two of your wives.
We've had this conversation.
You've got to think outside the box while you're getting inside the box.
Well, she was in the box because she was in the box.
So was he.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That took me a minute.
Yeah. What's in the box? Hilo.
What's in the? Can we have that drop? What's in
the box? What's in the box?
Gaius Baltar?
Gosh, that's such a good drop. I'm gonna have to have that as a sound clip now for our finale.
Right next to my child.
Next to my child. Oh yeah, that is a good one. Gaius Baltar?
My child.
And Big Frackin' Deal.
Those are good ones. And my
Big
child.
Frackin' Deal might be my What's your all-time favorite drop we've played on this show?
I think it is Big Frackin' Deal.
It's the Dave Matthews.
Oh.
The first time we played that, the first time we played that, your face was worth $1 million.
That's true. That was pretty good.
I also like Billy.
Oh, Billy, come on.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
Then again, this drop will never get old.
No,
that'll never get old. That's a good drop, especially with Boomer and.
Yeah. No, this was
not the kind of music playing. This was like heavy death metal.
Yeah,
playing
right?
in the roar.
Klingon opera.
Everybody scream!
Now everybody clap your hands. They couldn't clap their hands.
Nope.
They were occupied.
Yep.
He was clapping cheeks though.
All right. So also, what else we got in here? Okay. Gaius Baltar finds out the DNA is an exact match. And he's like, she's clearly not a Cylon. So she's an angel. She's an angel right here before me.
Or a demon. Could be a demon.
I see angels in my head, which he's been saying that for a while because he sees Caprica 6. He thinks of her as an angel. And now he's saying that Kara is an angel too. Starbuck's, she is. And then now Starbuck's an angel. And Starbuck at first doesn't really react until like Adama starts screaming at him to shut up. Shut up.
I got a big problem with Kara in this scene.
Okay, tell me why.
Her whole thing is, tell me what I am. She gave the thing to Baltar. Take this. Find out what I am,
right.
who I am. He does, and he goes.
Joe,
she just slaps him.
Joe, you come to me and you say, Nick, I think I have AIDS. Will you test my blood? And I say, I'll test your blood. And then I go out on a street corner and I say, Joe has AIDS.
Or on the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Joe does not have AIDS, by the way.
AIDS.
He's HIV positive.
Everyone has AIDS.
That's what it is. It's not the fact that he told her what it is. It's the fact of how he told her.
What are you gonna do? That's my whole thing now.
I think that's
timing is everything.
That is like your quote all the time. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Things happen.
Things happen. Mistakes were made. Yeah. Mistakes were made. So Starbuck doesn't know what she is. Lee don't care. He's just like, I love you. Doesn't matter what you are.
And she's like, I love whichever way the wind blows.
Yeah. I will say, the face she makes in that scene, right? That's the Kara I remember from the first and second season. Like, there's something to her smile and like not like that, but yeah, kind of like a smile, but yeah. That's the Kara I remember. It's
in the scene with Lee?
Yeah.
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 That was a good scene for her.
That was a good scene for her, right? And it's really set her up for the finale now. I feel like they've done a really good job setting up everything for the finale in some sense.
There was a huge missed comedic opportunity here.
Which one?
Huge. Hinges were broke, right? So she's on the toilet and there.
Oh.
Why wasn't there a plop? That would be great.
I think she was peeing.
I don't care. But
wasn't she peeing?
Who cares? You changed the
That
narrative.
was a great scene, though.
Yeah, you just heard the.
That was a great scene. Her just sitting there, like talking, like she don't care.
Hinges are broke. And then I'm telling you, you had the plop in there. Hilarious.
I think the scene already was hilarious.
It would have been.
But it would have been
vastly improved.
You're right. It would have enhanced the scene. But I did still find
whoever wrote this episode, I think it was Michael Taylor that wrote this episode, would have been my hero. Or the sound editor just added it in just to be a dick.
Do you remember the scene from Friday when early in the movie and he's trying to talk to him and he's talking to him like this, and then he's like that.
Yeah.
You know who directed this episode, by the way?
Edward James.
Almost.
No?
Frank Darabont.
Really?
Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, The Majestic, The Mist, The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's a good pull.
Blow that budget.
That is a good pull. Oh, wait. No, it says, never mind. I take it back. It says directed by Edward James Olmos.
That's what I said.
That's why. Director Frank Darabont, helmer of the motion pictures adaptations of The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, as well as a major fan of the reimagined Galactica, was originally slated to direct, but had to withdraw due to scheduling conflicts.
How cool would that have been?
That would have been a nice pull. Yeah.
Oh, if only.
They did. There was a number of deleted scenes in this. In fact, on your DVD, if you guys have,
I saw there's an extended episode. I was like, crap.
At least one of the scene was Galen in the brig, the chief in the brig, having confessed what he did in the previous episode. I feel like that. I mean, that would have been nice, but at the same time, I don't need to see it because now we're going into the finale, and how does he get out of the brig to be a part of the finale?
That's probably why it was cut, depending on what the finale turns out to be.
Is he part of the finale?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
All right, so anything else from this episode?
I'm still waiting for someone to rat out Tori for airlock and what's-her-face.
Okay. All right.
It's bugging me.
Yeah, that's a weird open...
It's bugging me.
Okay. Anything else from this one? Because I want to go to reviewing these, and then after we give them the reviews, I want to ask you guys what you think it's in store for the finale. So let's go to ratings.
5.
Let's go to Google Drive.
I gotta think.
Yeah. I feel like these episodes were better than last week's, personally.
Yeah, they definitely had a different tone.
Well, Someone to Watch Over Me was the piano one, but it also had the great B plot as well, with Boomer escaping and beating up Sharon. So that was in that one. So Someone to Watch Over Me, I actually like. I know you guys said that the Kara storyline bugged you, but I think it gave.
I don't think it bugged me. I just
not bugged you, but it didn't
care.
interest you. But it gave her some background for me. It helped me understand her character a little more. That was a 7 episode for me.
I think I'm right there with you.
Okay. 6. All right. And then we got Islanded in a Stream of Stars. So Boomer's jumping the ship. Gaius outs Kara. The ship is destroyed and going to die. There you go. So what do you rate this one? I think I'm a 7 on this one as well.
I feel like I don't want to do 7 again.
Okay.
7.5 seems high.
Okay.
6.5 seems low.
7.25.
Sounds
No.
like 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
That's a
7 again.
That's okay. 7.
7. We didn't talk enough. I don't think we talked enough about the struggle with losing the ship.
Oh my
For
gosh,
Bill
we didn't
Adama's
talk
struggle.
about that with Bill at all. Like him having and him
At the same time, he's losing.
in the conversation with Rosalind.
But he's losing both of them.
We didn't talk about that. She's dying in her bed.
Let's go back. We're recording still.
She's dying. Gosh. Okay. I'm taking back my rating for a minute here. Actually,
but I want to take back my comment. Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to take back my comment about his interaction with Hilo. I think he's cold. He's losing a lot at the moment.
There's a lot.
and he doesn't want to lose anymore.
He doesn't want to lose anymore. And it was like, I don't have time to deal with this. Sort of like, you need to let this go. We have other things we need to focus on.
Yeah, maybe we'll circle back to it, but right now is not the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, because he was on the way to the funeral at that point.
Yeah.
For the 61 people. I also did enjoy the scene where it showed the different ways people were going through the funerals. You had the military funeral, you had Gaius Baltar's thing, then you had the polytheistic version.
Well, plus at the beginning of the no, see, we really screwed this up.
We missed some good stuff in here.
Yeah, at the beginning of the episode where that 6 and the crewmen were yelling at each other.
Yeah, and then the 6 saves him,
and then saves the ship, and hopefully that starts like a healing or an enlightenment process,
like some mending. Yeah, and tells him to shut the airlock, and tells him
after she saved his ass.
Yes. Oh, that was a good scene, actually. Especially because it was like they were just working and everything was fine, and then it wasn't. Like it really showed how things can go quick on a ship in space or underwater.
Back to the big one we screwed up: the losing the ship and Rosalind at the same time. I'm just saying that's a good thing to talk about.
I mean,
we have.
And Rosalind's telling him to let go of the ship.
But also telling him to let go of her. And he knows this.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the reasons he's really holding on to the ship still, too, because it's one and the same. He can't lose both of them at the same time.
Well, that's where he met her, right?
Yeah.
That's the first time he met her was on this ship.
It's a baby.
Yeah. Well, and this is where he was supposed to go and die in his career, right? He was, he was exiled.
He still can.
Yeah, he can.
He just looks at his superiors and goes, "Scoreboard, bitches."
Yeah, he was exiled to the Galactica, and now it's become his home and it's his family. And yeah, it's. I thought that was a really well done scene. I thought it was really well done, showing the emotion. And again, this goes back to what I've said before. They've done a good job making the Galactica a character on here. You really feel like this is not just a ship. This is something that matters to the people, matters to Bill. Here's my question. Does Bill Adama love the Galactica more than Kirk loved the Enterprise?
I can't answer that because I don't.
Yeah,
You've seen the originals. You've
do,
seen the movies.
I would say that they're on par.
I think they're on par because Kirk loved the Enterprise.
Yeah, but Kirk also blew up the Enterprise.
Because he liked to win.
I know, but he blew it
I
up.
thought I was going to do it next episode.
Do you think?
Send it out in style. That's subtext there.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I think it's a tie, actually. I think they both love their ships a lot.
Yeah, he only did it for the greater good in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Going back to rating these episodes, I'm going to raise mine to 7.5 now because that interaction alone was worth it to me.
I'm giving it a 6.
I'm going to keep mine at 7, but
Okay.
I'm going to be happy with that.
Right.
Yeah, I feel better about my rating rather than like, I guess I just have to give it to it because it's 6.5 is too low, 7.5 is too high. 7, that's a 7, a solid 7.
Okay, that tracks. All right, so the next time we are on air next week, it's Daybreak Part 1.
Did we rate both of them?
Yeah, we did. We stopped. You gave the other one a 7 as well. Remember, you're like, I don't know if I can give both 7s.
Okay.
So next week we have Daybreak Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. It's a 3-parter. So
At least it's Part 1, 2, and 3.
My question for you two, what do you think? What are your predictions for the finale? How does it end?
They're using the Galactica as a torpedo in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Something mystical is going to happen to Kara.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lee's going to be president.
Who lives, who dies?
Roslin dies.
Roslin.
Okay.
Dead.
Ship dies.
Ship
Okay.
dies. With any luck, Baltar dies.
Okay.
With any
I think
luck.
Baltar lives.
He lives, but with any luck, he dies.
I think.
The Dean Stockwell's character dies.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of those cats die on that ship.
I think some of the. I think at least 1 or 2 of the 5 die.
1 or 2 of the
Final
the
five.
final 5.
Tori dies.
Tori dies.
Screw her.
Tori dies.
Tori and I think.
Ellen dies again.
I think Ellen dies again.
Ellen dies?
Or Ellen or Saul.
Okay. Anything happen with Hera?
Oh, I forgot about her.
I don't know what they're doing with her.
Okay.
To be kind of frank with you, like I don't know what the end game there is. I'm interested to see, but
Wait,
I don't know that I could.
Wasn't 6 and especially 6, Caprica 6, Head 6, obsessed with Hera at one point?
Well, they're in the vision. In the vision,
yes.
she's stealing him, right?
Yeah.
Or her.
They were all obsessed with her, but now they love her because they're around her all the time. They're not.
Did they steal her?
Yeah.
There's a lot of kid theft in the show.
There is a lot of kid theft. Do they end in space or do they end on a planet?
I think they end on Earth.
Okay.
Not Earth, just a planet, because Earth failed.
Okay.
I think there's some sort of.
The northern hemisphere's got to be good or something like that. You think?
I think something happens with time, with the idea of time.
Okay.
And Earth is habitable again.
I think they reach out to the Federation.
Oh, like the time dilation that the Cylons experience, kind of a thing.
Something.
Okay.
I think they reach out to the Federation. The Enterprise comes in and saves the day.
You never know.
But it's the Enterprise E.
These are some interesting predictions. Some of them you are way off base. Some of them you are very close to the truth.
Anything? Did we nail anything?
Did we nail anything?
At least one of the things you nailed. At least one.
Hot.
At least one.
I knew it.
You nailed. So some of them you're not even close. But that's okay. That's okay.
I think the Chief gets diabetes. He's been getting bigger.
No, not that.
He's been getting bigger.
No, he has been, hasn't he? Why has he been gaining weight?
Stress eating.
He's stressed.
He's stressed AF.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Stressed AF.
Yeah, he is. He is stressed.
I'm interested to see how this ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's kind of I kind of appreciate how we had the mutiny in the middle of season 4. I'm glad they waited until the final season
for sure.
that, because that was a very much a high point for season 4 for me.
Yes.
And then these last couple episodes have been really slower. They're not bad. They're not good. Actually, I viewed them as good. They're info dumps to prepare us for the finale. And the finale is, it is a very...
I've heard that divisive.
It's very divisive.
You've said that before.
Some people love it. Some people absolutely hate it. I'm in the camp where I'm like, I thought it was good. It gave me a conclusion. I didn't need anything more.
That's where I am like Lost. Where it's like, meh, okay.
Yeah. I maybe since Lost have I been a little like I don't really know where they're going with this finale.
Yeah.
Like I could predict something. Some things may or may not happen.
Yeah.
But as far as like the end game, like where they're going, I don't really like. It could go as far as they just wipe out all Cylons.
Good.
And they're extinct. They wipe out the 5, and or they could just say screw it, and now we're fully integrated.
I'm gonna go with that to a certain extent.
I'm gonna say that to a certain degree as well.
Out of necessity.
Okay.
But like some of those plot lines, like Hera.
What are they doing with it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Right now, it's not making a lot of sense.
It isn't making a lot of sense, and maybe they still have 3 full episodes.
Yeah.
So that's still a lot of plot time for some of these storylines. But
I feel like they do a good job with her. I will say that personally, from what I've seen of it.
Okay.
And making it make sense.
Okay, I would like that, because right now that's the one thing I think I'm like, okay, I don't really understand what's going on here or how it ties in.
Are we rating them as 1 episode or 3?
I'm gonna rate it as I will tell you right now, I'm gonna rate it as 1. I'm gonna give it, if you want to put it down 3 times.
This is very much a 3-part movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
If you want to put my rating down 3 times for average sake, I will rate them all the same.
I'll probably rate these 3 the same from what I remember, because it does feel like a movie more than anything else.
We'll see if I do.
You won't.
Yeah. What is one thing, if it happens, will make you scream?
Scream yay or nay? Like scream.
Like, be angry. Something that would make you angry.
Baltar lives.
Baltar lives?
He's going to live. I know that, but I'm just being
okay.
If Baltar kills Adama, I'll be fucking pissed. I'm not even looking at you.
I'd be highly annoyed if he dies in any way, shape, or form.
I'd be
Adama?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be pissed. I'd be devastated as a viewer.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, we'll get into our series wrap up after when are we doing series wrap up, after the finale, or?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But I do want to discuss this show as a whole.
Yeah.
I want to discuss actors and actresses and plot lines, as an entity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Edward James Olmos did
Yep.
I mean, I can only assume he's going to be great in the finale, but up to this point, he's been magnificent.
I agree.
I couldn't see anyone else playing the character of Adama after that.
And
because they're talking about doing a reboot of it.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I would say of the 2 series we've rewatched so far, he's probably number 1.
For your captain?
As for character.
For character and how they were played by their actor or actress. I think he's number 1 easily.
I think easily he is. He is amazing. I think him and Mary McDonnell especially are both up there in the top. You know, there might be some other ones. You know, I could make room for Ty, you know, depending on.
He got better as the show went on.
Yeah. There's some scenes where he's just out of the park. He's amazing.
Yes. He does that shocked face really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when he heard the music in the ship and it started,
what the frack?
What the frack is this? It's in the ship.
Did you know frack was actually used in the original show?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like far less.
Okay.
But it was actually used in the original show.
I did not know that.
Really? There was a reunion YouTube video on YouTube. I started to watch a little bit last night as I was going to sleep, and Ronald Moore is like, you may not know this, but it was in the original show. I just used it all the time because I wanted to say fuck all the time.
Yeah. I got used to it. Like at first it's a little jarring, but by the end
the use of frack, I would probably give a 6.5 overall.
At the beginning it'd be like a 0 out of 10.
Well, I would say that sometimes it works really well and it's seamless, and other times I'm like,
deal.
See?
That's seamless.
Yeah.
Now when they're talking about having sex and they're like, well, you just want to frack.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a 1 out of 10.
I get that. It's a little uncomfortable sounding. It's like, I don't like that.
It sounds dirty.
I mean, that's the point of it, right?
Yeah.
You want to frack? Frack, yeah. I'll frack you up. I'll frack you right in the...
Stop fracking around.
Frack you right in the rear.
Mother frackers.
What does that even mean?
Frack off.
Frack you.
Fracker. Mother fracker.
Have they said mother fracker?
Yes.
I feel like they've said it once or twice.
I feel like they have.
They have. Yeah. Yeah, they have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. That's what she said.
It's personal.
Next week, the finale of Battlestar Galactica. So we're so excited for you to join us, but in the meantime, while you're waiting, you got to go on the YouTubes. You got to go on the Facebooks. You got to go on the Patreons. You got to go on the 734-494-0980.
Man!
You got to call that number. You got to go on the TikToks. You got to do those things. Instagram, keeping_up_Cardassians. You got to do those things.
Rate us wherever you get your podcasts.
Please,
rate and share.
We need some ratings.
Subscribe.
We need some help.
Yeah, we have a few ratings on Apple Podcasts, but if you're not
we
Apple, if it's Google, wherever it is, give us a rating.
And if you've been with us since the beginning or for a long time, say hi.
Yeah,
we love
Don't
it.
Be shy.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. It's been a big fracking deal. Have a good rest of the day. Bye.
Frack
off.
Frack you.
What does Gaius Baltar say about that?
Gaius Baltar?